Hello, everybody. So, if you've never used Hootsuite, and this is the first time, a couple of things I wanted to let you know. My name is Darwin Fortuna, and I'm one of the architects of Flow Design Architects. I manage most of the IT, marketing, outreach, public relations, all of that. Besides that, I am a board member for the state of Massachusetts for the Small Firm Exchange with the AIA. And one of the tasks I've been given within the Small Firm Exchange is to work within the outreach team to share, I guess, to have a presence, right? A social media presence and share, the new board members and state rep members. So that's it. I did this little tutorial. I'm doing this little tutorial so that anybody, whoever needs to use Hootsuite, get a sneak peek as to how I typically do it. And maybe there are all better ways to do it, but I'm going to try to make something very simple and straightforward. The first thing is that this is particular to what we post at the SFX. Your case and your post might be slightly different, and you may have another way or a better way to do this. I'm just going to share how I do it. So that's it. The first thing I do is I actually never really create new things. I typically reuse other things that have already been created by others and that have already been, I would say, optimized, right? So that's it. I'm going to post for somebody here scheduled for Friday, March 24th. And the first thing I do is that I typically select another template or something that I have already created before, and I go under More, Duplicate, and I change the date to this is going to be for the 24th, right? And I see the recommended times, and I typically leave it at 9, 10, whatever the recommended times are, and I do that. Now you have to be very thorough when you do this because you may make a mistake and leave the name of somebody else or the address of somebody else or the information from somebody else. So you have to be very methodical about how to go about it. And basically, like almost like when you do red lines as an architect, right? Like when we started doing red lines and things like that, picking up markups. So I start from the top and I work all my way through. So the first thing I want to do is make sure that I select all of the different platforms that we want to post this at, right? After all of those platforms are selected, I will deal with one problem at a time. There is some reds, and the reds will not let you go through. There's some yellows, and it means that they may go through, but they may be, certain hiccups within the image or whatever it is you're dealing with. But I'm only gonna deal with one thing at a time. And since we haven't really optimized this post, or what I mean, we haven't really edited it, I'm not gonna go through and try to edit all of the content for each particular platform. I'm gonna first make sure that the initial content is correct, and then I'm gonna go through each one of the hiccups one by one. So introducing the new 2023 AIA SFX State Reps, let me make sure that this person is indeed a state rep because we also introduce board members. So yes, indeed, I have a little note here, and this person I'm going to share is indeed a state rep. Great. So that's all set. What's the name of this person? So the name of this person is, let's see the name. Again, I have a little sheet, and I do have suggestions for these forms. I wish they were optimized, right? But the name of this person is going to be Sarah Plainer. All right. So that's the first thing. What's the name of the firm? The name of the firm is, I wish these columns were in the order that we already have it, but that's just me. I like to optimize everything. So I would have wanted the name, the field, different fields to be that way. So she represents she or he or whoever, right? I'm not trying to get into that right now, but this individual represents Ohio. Now, a couple of things I've noticed is that I don't know what part of Ohio. So here they say location, and I don't know. So I'm gonna have to dig through the website for this firm, and hopefully they have one so that I can find that. That's something I don't necessarily like. I don't want to have to do homework and get it wrong. That would be the worst thing I could do. It looks like Cincinnati. Okay, Cincinnati is where that firm is located. Cincinnati. All right, so that's all said. You've gotten through that right now. Now we got to find out why this individual joined the SFX. So there's a column. That one's easy. So I just copy. I join right here. I join, boop, and I go all the way to that dot. Boom. So I joined SFX to give a voice to Ohio small firm owners. I am looking forward to creating a community where we can share ideas and collaborate. The reason why I read it is to make sure it makes sense. One thing Hootsuite does is that it gives you like optimized things, like better ways of saying things, like it has like Grammarly or whatever. I don't want to get into that. Unless something is super awful, then I would want to change it. But I respect their language and I respect whatever it is they're trying to say. So I'm not going to get into that. If for whatever reason it doesn't make much sense to me, then I'll probably mess with it. Then we go to the credits. So the credits are going to go to this individual according to that form, and their hashtag or handle is that. I'm not sure why we put it in parentheses, but all right. So that's that, right? Is there anything else I need? I don't think so. Looks good. Okay, so Twitter is giving me a problem. And the problem with Twitter is that it has too many characters. And it's because even the spaces it considers sometimes a character. But I try to make it so that we get something in there, like, okay, that much. Okay, so at least Twitter is there. I know some people have suggested to just getting rid of Twitter, but I don't think so. So we've gone through, we've already added all these pieces, we've already created the date for the 24th, and we have it almost ready to schedule. But again, we got to go through each one of the pieces. And right here, one that I don't want anybody to make the mistake is to put the picture of the previous person that they've duplicated. That will be an awful mistake. So let's make sure that we do this. I know we're volunteers. I know that this is not a full-time job. Look at me, I'm doing this at 10 p.m. or so. So, but you got to do the best you can, right? You have to do the very best you can possibly do. A couple of things I've noticed is that sometimes the pictures come on not the size that Instagram likes it or that most platforms like it. So I always put it a square and I always save it like that. Right? So I fix it like that. All right. Yeah, the head looks a lot bigger and things like that because this picture was taken on a vertical portrait, but ideally it would have been a horizontal. Horizontals are better pictures, by the way. Just a little suggestion. I happen to work very closely with our director of media, Edwin De La Cruz. He really doesn't like it when people I think I've noticed a mistake, guys. I've changed the picture under the Twitter and not under the initial content. And I probably should go back and make sure that I didn't mess that up with all of my other posts. Again, right? You don't want to mess that up. You don't want to get it wrong. Because I was editing the Twitter to ensure that I had the right amount of content or the size, not the right, yeah, the amount of words. I was effectively messing it up. So let's make sure we get it right? And let's make sure that now we don't post the picture twice and things like that. So let's just go through each one. LinkedIn, great. Facebook, great. This one, you see, it's twice. We don't want it twice. All right, so that's great. Now it has this warning, and I don't understand that 100%. You have unlinked mentions in your content tab for LinkedIn. Well, it means that this is not really linking to anybody right now. That's really what it is. And I'm trying to see if that will fix it. No, that doesn't fix it. For some reason, it's just not really linking them. But here it is. We've already gone through all the top. We've already made sure that we use all of the different ones. Make sure that they're all there. Yep, check, check, check. Great. The initial content looks great. Introducing the new 2023 state representatives. News, names are cleaner. Visage Architecture LLC, Cincinnati, Ohio. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. What's next? Well, you just really schedule that baby and let it go. Boom, that's it. It's going to schedule for the 24th, and we're effectively wrapped up this section here. Couple things. Again, I'm not affiliated with Canva or Hootsuite, which are some apps. I'm not affiliated with any of these platforms. We just happen to be using this one. It's been a pretty straightforward platform to use. My preferred one, I've used Later before, which is another one called Later. This is getting pricey though. It's about $100 a month subscription, and the free version it's expiring this month, March 2023. At the end of March 2023, it's gonna go away. So I guess we'll have to probably pay. But I think architects, especially small firms, which is what I represent, should use this, should have a presence and should use this. Okay. So that said, let me make sure that I have not messed up with any pictures and any of those things. So those are my 4 persons I'm supposed to post. They all look great. That's it, guys. Subscribe to our Flow Design channel, where we are trying to increase diversity in the field of architecture and empower our communities. There's so much that we do. And if any architects are watching these, you should consider becoming an SFX state representative or a board member. A lot of people have asked me what the benefits are, and please just call me. I mean, my name and my phone number is all over the media. Just call me and I'll tell you all the benefits that there are. And just, remember John F. Kennedy saying, don't ask what the United States can do for you, ask what you can do for the United States. So it's not about what the AIA can do for you, but also what you can do for the AIA so that we can stay tight and strong as a community. Thank you.